Recording is on.
Okay, I think that's going to work. So
Okay.
let's give it a try.
Awesome. So, like I was saying, we had a meeting with Megan on Friday, and we were talking about the music event August project, and then also the rebranding. And to Megan's credit, as we were talking, she said, we would didn't really understand why the two needed to be together. So, why do we need to pressure and rush, if you will, with this media, the rebranding of it in time for June 22nd for August project. So I think we're just going to kind of take those two separately and just kind of, what do you call it? Like not eventually roll out, but kind of phase in the new branding and stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
basically, is what Megan pointed out, and obviously Megan can speak as well. But she basically said like, our she was kind of like concerned it was a lot. The timeline was going to be tight to not only do August project but do this rebranding. And then she asked why they were coupled, and Abby and I kind of looked at each other and decided that, with her help, that they really don't need to be coupled. And so I think we also discussed. She also brought up a good point that if we rebrand everything all at once, like all the socials, the blog, the site, everything, it's possible that there'll be confusion about either why we're doing it or what's going on. So I think is what Abby decided
Mhm.
was to go ahead and take a slower approach, do the rebranding as its own project. August event, obviously, just like any other giving event, and then marry the two where it makes sense and when we're ready to. I don't know, Megan, do you want to share anything on that or your thoughts?
Yeah, you guys summarized it pretty well of that. I just kind of after looking at the timeline of both goals, I just kind of was thinking that it would be better to uncouple them just because I guess we just want to do it right in the way of if we're going to rebrand um, pretty much do a whole rebranding process. I feel like it would be a little bit more seamless to focus on first to make sure everything's good to go, and then we can take what we create there and copy and paste to August's event. That way, it's a little bit less confusion, and there's not as many kind of moving parts at once. And like you said, with the audience, they'll see it as kind of more us reshaping our brand rather than creating kind of a new segment or becoming something new. So they still associate it with the old brand.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree, and that was an excellent observation, and that was essentially done by the work that Megan did with the timeline, just trying to think about all of the steps that we need to do, and what it means to actually do the rebranding, as well as what it means to do August's event. So, with that, those two projects are now decoupled, and we should just go around and get feedback from Christina. Your thoughts on that decision and what your input might be?
Um, well, I was just gonna ask kind of what that would mean for me because kind of my idea was to, finish, all the deliverables that I've um proposed, in the initial proposition, like
Yep.
by hopefully by the end of next week because I'll be away for pretty much a month, so I won't be like from 17th of May, I won't really be able to work on like anything else kind of branding wise. So yeah, I've been working on kind of logo animations for videos and the social media templates. So kind of I have those pretty much done. Um, and yeah, with the posters, those are done now.
Yep.
The t-shirts, yeah, I've just added a design on Vistaprint. Um, yeah, so I feel like, I in my head kind of I wanted to finish all of the deliverables by next week, by the end of next week, hopefully. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that is totally fine, and I
Mm-hmm.
think the work that you've done is amazing, and we really appreciate it. And getting the only other deliverable that I could think of that we're going to need, and I created a task internally for this. And Megan, if you could make a note of this to work with Abby on this, is what we call the giving card. And so this is the card,
Oh
the
yeah.
business card that we essentially give out in Mexico, we give out in the US, we give it out in Ghana, wherever. And that this giving card design should just have our new logo and whatever you think, Christina, we might need. But that is one other thing that the wording,
Yeah.
obviously, we can change. It's just a layout of that card. But other than that, we plan on using all of the logos and all of the design work that you've already
Hmm.
done. And should there be anything that isn't that we come up with that we'd like at the end of your time, or when you're able to when you're hoping to complete this contract, then we will
Hmm.
just reach back out to you and have it done at a later time. There's nothing that's a showstopper. There's nothing we'll be waiting on you for. Nothing like that. Your deliverables will essentially have been completed. The only thing I could think of is, like I said, if we forgot the giving event card or something small like that.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, if I complete, if I do the given card as well,
Mhm.
and finish all of the deliverables,
Yeah.
so would I need to kind of log, that kind of the whole job on, what was the platform again that we were using for logging kind of different jobs that you mentioned
Smiley
last time?
or
Smiley.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm.
Smiley, yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So would I have to do that as well, or?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Oh,
So if you put together the proposal, if you can deliver
mhm,
that, including the giving event card design, that will be
mhm.
sufficient for us for easily for 2 months.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Do you is that okay with you?
Yeah, 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 that's fine. Absolutely
Okay,
fine.
great. And then Megan, do you agree that that'll work within our timelines and what our new plans are?
Yeah, that sounds good. And everything that Christina, that you've created, it looks great. I like every all the posters, all of the logos, everything looks awesome. It was just
Hmm.
from like a standpoint of view of trying to do it all at once that we thought it would be
Yeah.
better to focus on the rebranding of it. So yeah, no, that's perfect. Getting the giving cards done will kind of wrap that up, and then we can kind of define and get everything confirmed for marketing.
Yeah, because
Okay.
so
it's
we're
gonna take us a bit of time to get everything rolled out, and I think that's what Megan identified was that, Christina, you had
Mhm.
to do all the work up front, so we have everything to roll out. And I think with the deliverables that you defined in the proposal, as well as the giving card, we should have all those. And if there's something, that we've identified in 2 months, it's not a problem. We'll just come back to you and figure out what we need to do. But with everything being in Canva, that really helps, because I'm able to resize things, and I'm not very good, but I can muddle through it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that sounds
so we're
good.
s- we're
Okay,
still
great.
gonna use the logo and the flyer and all that. We're just the site won't be updated with the new branding
Well,
by the
yeah, well,
or
and
we'll
here's
see what it'll or
yeah,
like
and
we'll see how far we get.
yeah, and that's exactly the decoupling that we're talking about. Is essentially all of the work that Christina has done around posters, logos, all that stuff for your event specifically. We're going to use without a doubt, and then we will change over the website as Megan and the marketing team sees fit for the rebranding, and when the new interface is ready. I made some great progress. I'll show you guys regarding the new site. So it's possible that
Nice.
the new site launches before your project, but if it doesn't, it's okay, because the QR code now points to our website at music.givebasicneeds.org, and that should be great.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Good.
rather
Cool.
than trying to bite too much off at one time, I think this, we have all the assets that we need from Christina to roll it out in a timely manner. And obviously, we're going to use those beautiful flyers and things that she's done. And the logo will be on the site. And I just don't know if the whole site will be migrated. that'll just depend on the groups.
Yeah, and
decision.
maybe like some kind of teasers and stuff, like animation or a visual. I kind of see of like our current logo and stuff, and then kind of that morphing or changing into the new one.
Yeah, and I can
Not that you need to design it, but that's just something that.
right, and that's something that leads into the next. Well, let's see if anyone else. Elena, how do you feel about that? Sorry, you're muted.
No, it's okay. I think that's a great idea. I think it'll be able to take pressure off people and make sure everything is done. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's good too. Luke, you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Benny, how do you feel about that?
Um, okay, this a bit because I haven't been present in the previous meetings.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to
No, it's
follow
okay.
along.
It's okay. We'll catch you up. No worries. And we're gonna talk about your stuff in a minute. So that's fine.
Yes.
As long as you don't see any concerns with that, then we can just keep going and we can continue to catch you up.
Yeah, sure, that'll be fine.
Okay, great. And then Salam, how do you feel about that approach to the rebranding and the separation of August's project? Salam, you might be muted. Maybe Salam's not there. It might have dropped. Okay,
Yeah.
no worries. Okay, so that's the plan with the rebranding and the project.
Okay, awesome. Anything else on that?
No, nothing else on that.
Okay, good. So with the change or with the increase of work that the foundation is going under
Hello?
now.
Salam, are you there?
Yeah. Okay. Presto, go ahead. I was just making sure you can hear me. But I'm
Yeah,
fine with
okay, no
the
problem, no
rebranding.
problem.
Yeah, we just wanted to get your feedback, Salam, on the kind of the decoupling of those two projects and stuff, and just kind of take a slower pace on that. Did you have any feedback on that?
I think I'm okay with with us decoupling the two projects.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
I think it was important to try and couple them initially because it gave Christina a project to design too. And so I think that hopefully that helped kind of get the creative juices flowing and cranked out some amazing things. So we definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. So kind of, I guess along that lines, some of you are kind of wondering maybe like, why is Media Benny here? We've heard about him. We've seen his gorgeous pictures, his gorgeous videos and stuff that he does for us. So we had a talk with Elena yesterday and just kind of looking at her position, looking at the growth of the foundation, her personal life as far as work and things and goals that she wants. And we both kind of came to the conclusion that she will be stepping down as the compliance manager and
Social media.
As well. And we've kind of tapped into Benny and asked him like what he thought, what his feelings were, kind of take some time to think about it. Of course, attending the meetings will be part of the position. And so that's kind of a new change in the foundation as far as positions and stuff go. So Elena will still be our wonderful secretary, sending out the notices and getting everybody on board and the information that they need. But Benny will be thinking about taking over that position after he has some time to think and look at the contract.
Yeah, so then he'll Benny will essentially take care. His major roles will be compliance of projects that everyone completes, all the giving events, and then he'll also take over the social media, and that's good because Benny had some really good ideas on how we could break out the the Facebook site and have a more region specific centric approach to the social media platforms, and so to Facebook in particular, and so that'll be good. And Benny is more than qualified to be able to write blog posts for us and do the things. So while we'll miss Elena, we're going to continue to rely on her, as Abby said, as the secretary of the foundation and doing those things, but and look for her help to transition as Benny takes a larger role in the organization beyond just photos and videos on the ground in Ghana. So, Elena, how did we do? Did we get that right? I think you're muted.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I'm doing dishes, so my my microphone is muted. Yeah, no, that pretty much sums it up.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And then Benny, how about you? Did we say anything that we didn't talk about yesterday or that surprised you, or are you pretty comfortable? You're just waiting to see the contract and then make your decision.
Yeah. So after we had the discussion yesterday, I actually took some time to think about it, and yeah, I'm okay with it because
Okay,
we've been together for a while, and looking at the activities that we've undertaken together, I think maybe this would be an opportunity to maybe do more for the organization. So I'm cool with that.
awesome. We're
Awesome.
super happy to have you on board and
Yeah.
in a larger capacity for sure.
Definitely. We're excited to work with you more. And Elena, we appreciate everything that you have done for us and led us and taught us over the past few years, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm,
And
Yeah,
so,
it's good.
Benny is already in the marketing and media group and has been in Discord. So all discussions around marketing and media should involve Benny, obviously, in that Discord group where we can all share ideas and comments. And any program assistants that are program assistants who are doing events like August should continue to rely on Abby when it comes to projects, and then until we can get Benny up to speed in Smiley, where he can then manage the projects a little bit better and get his feet under him. And so, one last thing on that is Benny, I'll be working on that contract. Not today because it's Mother's Day, but probably tomorrow. So I'll be getting that to you.
All right, sure.
Great.
Wonderful.
Great.
Very good. Let's want to do the project updates first.
Yeah, let's do the project updates.
Okay. August, do you have an update on your project for us?
How's the budget?
It's going good. I'm just refining it in the Google Doc, and then I'll put everything into Smiley. And I've been doing okay. I'm just sorry again. This is all new to me. And I'm learning the process.
Yeah, no
Um,
worries.
Sure.
No worries.
my plan is to get most of it done by the end of today. My friend who's a like an accountant, and she's gonna help me with it a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll be good. Sorry for the holdup. I do apologize because I know you guys are kind of depending on me and waiting for me to complete that. But once we get that done, we can move forward. And also, it's really good to meet you, Megan. Thank you for helping us with the branding and for this event. But yeah, doing good. I've just been kind of telling people word of mouth, and people are really interested and excited. Um, I also someone said they wanted to have maybe give away some music lessons at the school that I teach music at.
Okay.
They were thinking of like some raffle items or like baskets, but we won't make them like we'll probably do like a free raffle and not like charge for tickets or anything, but just little kind of pay it forward items is
Yeah.
what we were thinking.
Yeah, and I think that's good because raffles can be really tricky when it comes to the IRS. They really
Yeah,
scrutinize
so we
those.
won't charge. We're not gonna like
So if
sell
you just
tickets. We'll
want to
just
do like 10th person through the door get something, that's fine, or whatever you want to do. I would
Raffle
yeah.
tickets.
yeah, I would avoid actual tickets and try to do
Okay.
something like,
Same.
10, all the volunteers get something, or
Hmm.
the 100th person through the door, or whatever, 10th person, whatever you want to do, but try to avoid the concept of tickets because tickets
Okay.
have a tendency to be associated with payments,
Let's go
and
with
then that can kind
yeah.
of get if that shows up in the videos, which it may, or it should, because it's part of the event, we wouldn't want to have that scrutinized in that regard. But that's good. And I think with regards to questions about the budget and doing that work to create that budget, we're here to help you build that. You just need to take a first swag at it, and then don't worry about making mistakes. We'll go through them and
We can
correct
fix
them
it.
together at that point.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So I think it's most important to just get the numbers in the budget as best you can, and then call Abby or myself, and I kind of obviously do the finances a bit more, but either one of us will be able to help you specifically with the budget and walking you through that. And I haven't created a lot of budgets in Smiley because we haven't been working that way, but this is a project that we're going to need to because it's in the US and there'll be individual purchases with your credit card, and those will all be individual purchase invoices, not one blanket purchase invoice like we do for SLOM.
Okay, so they'll all be individual. Okay, got it.
Yeah, so let me just take 2 seconds to explain that. I want to waste everybody's time, but basically you'll create the budget. Once the budget's approved by the Presidio, then you'll start saying, okay, I'm going to buy X, Y, and Z, and it's going to be created a purchase. Let's say you're going to buy the posters. You're going to go to the place that's printing them. You're going to swipe your card. You're going to go back, create a purchase invoice. That purchase invoice will be tied to the project, and then that'll be it. And we'll be able to compare the budget to the actual purchase invoices and see where we are as far as funding goes. So so as long as your budget includes the things that you're spending money on and that were approved, there won't be any issues.
Okay, got it. So, and in the Discord, you were saying how instead of doing individual items or like one transaction at a time, you want me to do it all together. So have everything
the budget is you'll put everything in the budget, and then each time you swipe the card, if it's on a different day or with a different supplier, like if it's posters today and food tomorrow, then you'll create 2 purchase invoices tied essentially to that same budget item. And then I'll know when I get the credit card statement, okay, I'll clear those.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so we can definitely talk more about that. And just again, take a swag at the budget. Once you do, we'll be able to knock it out. I think that's the most important thing, is to just get in there and hammer out something, and then we can talk through it and work through it together, because none of us have all the answers. We're still all learning.
For sure.
I got you.
Yeah, and I'm more than happy to meet with you again, August, if you need some explanation or anything like that. Not today, because after the meeting I'm not working anymore today.
Right.
But yeah, sometime during the week or whatever, just let me know, and I'm more than happy to meet with you.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course,
for sure.
of course.
And so, just really quick on a general note, you don't see any major hurdles with bands, musicians, venue, food. No hurdles that you see at this point.
Nope, we're all good. All bandmates are good. I've been talking with the other band. I had them wait to share the flyer till we get the new QR code. And they're gonna do some of the bands are gonna do like little video kind of blurbs, or like a recorded video to kind of share it and get the word out there.
That's awesome. And unfortunately, I don't have that capacity, but hopefully they tag us, and Abby or Benny or Elena, if you see it, maybe you can just, comment on it or forward it, put it on our story, just push it along. If the bands are doing that, we want to take advantage of that. So just keep that in mind. I know, Benny, you don't have any logins and haven't accepted anything, but in the future, if you see things come along where people tag us, make sure that we're commenting and then resharing if they're project specific. So that's great.
Awesome.
Do you want to maybe send me, or Megan, do you want to maybe send me like some of the hashtags and some of the messaging you want to include in some of those posts? Like maybe make like a Google Doc or something, and even like I guess it's pretty synonymous to the music.give basic needs, right?
Go ahead, Megan. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, we had that shared Google spreadsheet that Kevin had sent over a few days ago. I had sent some suggestions in the Discord chat. I didn't formally add them to it, but if those looked good for what I send, I can add them to that Google Doc. But it looks like it was broken down between just the general ones and then kind of location based, and then I don't know. I think there already was one for Chicago, but if not, we can add one and kind of just make that its own segment as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so this is just as good for Benny as well as Elena and myself, Megan, everybody here, is that when the idea with those tags being set in the sheet was to just identify the general ones based on like the overall new motto and our rebranding, if you will, and then the specific ones were kind of like general locations. So and then you can add any other specific ones that you want. So in my opinion, if you want, for example, August to just use those ones that fit from the spreadsheet, you can just grab Megan's from her Discord post and add those in, and then that'll be the list. We don't need to formalize it in any other way.
Okay.
Does that
Got it.
work for you?
Yeah, that sounds good. I just tried that link, the smiley.givebasicneeds.org/list for the how-tos, and that link is not working, or there nothing comes up with that link. And I'm logged in too. It
Okay.
says uncut server exception.
Okay. I apologize for that.
We thought it, I tried it yesterday and we thought it was because I wasn't logged in, but we'll look at that.
Yeah, we'll look at that. Can you drop the link that's got the bug in Discord, or just send it
Yeah.
to me in WhatsApp? Send it to me in WhatsApp.
Okay, it's just in the general chat.
Okay, that's fine.
I just put it. Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
smiley.givebasicneeds.org/list.
And then Megan, do you agree with that and the hashtags that like each post can have these general ones, the location specific ones like Ghana, et cetera, and then there can be any number of additional hashtags that, whether it's a band or whatever they want to do. Do you feel that that's the right way to do that?
Yeah, as long as it links back to our brand on it of showing, like you said, like the general ones are location specific. As long as that's listed in there, I don't see any problem with doing additional ones that have to do with like other portions of the event.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for that.
Awesome. All right, Salam, do you want to give us an update on your project, number 55, the boreholes?
Yes. So, like I said earlier, we've done all the drilling. We were to do the concrete work, but I was told there's some bolts and nuts that comes with the hand pump that need to be fixed before the concrete work is done.
Okay.
So that when we are fixing the hand pump, you can just tight it to those bolts.
Okay.
Yes. So that is why I've held on with the concrete work, so that when we get the hand pump, we can have that done.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And
this is, sorry,
also
just to be clear, that this is different than other boreholes because this time we drilled the boreholes independently. In the past, we've done this all at the same time, so this wasn't ever a concern.
Yes.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yes. So and 3 days ago, I had a call from the newly appointed municipal chief executive of Gushegu municipality, where we operate in Ghana. He called that he wanted us to meet. I didn't know what for, so I went to meet him in Gushegu from Tamale. And apparently, having taken office and gone through our profile for all the work we've been doing, so the assembly profiles every organization that operate in their jurisdiction, what they do, how many projects they've done in a year, the impact of those projects. They profile them.
Mm-hmm.
So having been appointed into office just about 2 months now, and having gone through, the profile of Give Basic Needs, he invited me for a discussion and has offered to give us an operational office within the district.
Wow.
Yes, so I didn't accept or reject. I thanked him for the kind gesture. This office is being allocated to Give Basic Needs at no cost. It is a government building. Unlike in the past when we were looking for an office and we were told to pay some amount of money to the Works and Housing Department of government, this time around, based on our contribution in the region, the municipal is willing to give us an office space for as long as we would want to stay in the municipal. Yeah, so that was it. And
wow,
I also encountered a woman by name Humuhani. She is the CEO of Assistance Hub, and we were having a conversation about how we can. They also operate in the municipal, but for them, they are doing soft skill training for women and children. So they train children on IT, software development, and they train women on how to make beads, how to make liquid soap, hairdressing, etc. So we're discussing on how we could all make sure somehow we work together. We are able to push each other as organizations to grow, since we all operate within the same jurisdictional area. So her organization is very big on ground, and she suggested to me that they have some trainings they do in Tamale, where our office is located. And they would like to use our office space from time to time. And that could also give us some form of publicity and public awareness because of the caliber of people they bring in for training. They bring professionals from the university, from government agencies like youth employment agencies, from MasterCard Foundation, etc. So when these people visit our office to offer training to people they have selected, they would also get to know what we do, and that could strengthen our relationships. So these were some of the things we discussed.
Before you go on, can we take each of these one at a time before you go on, just so that I can follow along? So let's take the last one first. So I think the important thing to remember is that if it's not about basic needs that revolve around food, medical, and shelter, that they're not within our scope, and that we have to be careful. This scope of education comes up not only in Ghana from time to time, but also in the U.S. And in Mexico. So we are not an organization that focuses on the education or training of individuals. We focus strictly on basic needs. And so it doesn't sound at this point, what you said, that would be a good fit for our organization. In my opinion, I would obviously leave it up to the president to make that decision, but I just wanted to give that feedback on that, unless I've misunderstood something there.
Okay, yeah, that's correct.
Okay, and then on the first one, with regards to the government office in Gushigu, what I don't know what this means, Salam, to our organization. I know that it's a very kind gesture. I know that it's a way to get publicity, but I don't know how it helps our organization do what we do already in the region. Can you explain that to us?
Well, I just think that that is a kind gesture, like you said. It doesn't really um add anything, but for the fact that as a chief executive, he knows that we have our office in Tamale, that allows us to operate in other municipalities within the region. He just feels like giving our contribution to his municipality, we should have a presence in the municipality. And so it's a form of encouraging us to stay in the municipality for long. Let me put it that way, from his angle.
Sure.
Yeah. So,
And
but to
I
us,
understand.
I don't see any additional benefit, especially if we have.
I'm sorry, Salam, you broke up. I'm not sure if you're still there. Sorry, Salam, are you still there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now. Sorry, you were saying that you didn't see any particular benefit and then you broke up.
Yes, sorry, my Wi-Fi went off. So I was saying, I don't see any additional benefit to us, especially if we have to incur any cost to run that office. Yes, but maybe others may see it differently. So
Yeah. No, that's really good information that you gathered, and I think that that's a super kind gesture. My only concern with both of those discussions is that um, the closer we get to government officials, the less impact we will have. And so I feel like it would be better to say thank you for the offer on the office, but that would cause us to have additional overhead that's unnecessary. And so we could schedule, for example, a monthly meeting to discuss our projects with them with the municipal in Gushigu to keep them updated, and we're available to answer any questions. But I don't think that the office at this time, like you said, would create some more overhead, would impact our giving, and it would also more tightly couple us closer to other organizations. Right now, I feel like on the ground, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that people are beginning to know what Give Basic Needs is. So it's not recognition that we need to do our projects. We need funding, and we want to not be, how I've said in the past, cannibalized by other organizations. Does that make sense, Salam?
yes, it does. And on the issue of publicity and presence, yes, I think in Ghana in particular, we are really out there. A lot of people are getting to know about Give Basic Needs. Maybe Ben can contribute to this. On a daily basis, we get people reaching out and sending messages, making requests because they hear and see our activities out there. So
yes, again, we want to be known. We want to be known for what we do, not what we talk about doing. Yeah, that's good, and so I think both of those are super kind gestures, and they should be cordially accepted, but not necessarily acted on at this point in time. Wouldn't you agree, President?
Yeah, totally. I agree. That just, yeah, I think not at this time. Maybe something in the future, just kind of depending on how things go. But yeah, I'm comfortable in that.
Yeah, not actually pursuing those. And then Salam, I'm sorry if I interrupted you. You were continuing. Can you continue with the discussion there?
Yeah, so I think I was literally done. So that was it. That was just what was discussed, and I think I also agree that the assistance hub activity is more more of training and education than it is of basic needs. So yes,
Right.
I agree.
Right. Okay. Okay. That's good. Well, I think that that this is all good, and I think that as you spend more time in the office going forward, you'll be able to handle these kinds of requests and things. So I'm grateful for that. Continuing to do a great job on the ground for us, Salam. We really appreciate you.
For sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, 15 minutes, kid.
I got 15 minutes.
You got budget and finance update, and then the website as well.
Okay, budget, and I'm going to go over budget and finance real quick. So last meeting, unfortunately, I didn't record it, so some of you didn't see it, but you saw that we're having financial pressures from unstable markets based on our asset portfolio. We also have increasing. Salam had brought this up in the Tamale channel that essentially the CD, which is the Ghana currency, is strengthening against the US dollar. And so this essentially will add approximately 300 US to the borehole pumps that we purchase, if I'm not mistaken. Does that sound about right, Salam?
Yes, that's true.
Okay. And so we have these increasing currency pressures. We have wage pressures from wanting to grow the organization by bringing Benny on, by looking and evaluating our current pay scales and what we're paying people. So we have that pressure. We have volatile investment assets, and the downside, and this is what I'm going to encourage Megan a little bit to think about, and Salam to think about, is that we have no focus on donations. And so, Salam, if these people really want to help us on the ground, don't give us an office, give us some CD, right?
Yeah.
And so
I think maybe Ben can add to this, or maybe I think that if we are allowed, and now that Ben is coming fully on board, I think in Ghana, given our activity and depending on how tailored our social media is, like Ben spoke about the segmentation, going forward, I am very positive that we can go out and actually get people to support. Because one thing is, yes, though Ghana is a third world country, and largely dominated by a poor population, people who are privileged also understand the needs of the less privileged and are always looking to help. But the challenge is, how genuine are the people seeking for the help? And over the years, Give Basic Needs has proven itself that we deal directly with beneficiaries. We do what we say we are going to do. In fact, sometimes we even do it before we say it, because mostly you don't have we preempting projects we are about to do. Is we bring people results. So it's going to be easy, just like how we were able to get someone to donate the borehole drilling. Yesterday, I think last week I spoke to Ben, and Ben was telling me that the cost of drilling a borehole has gone up so much that he witnessed, I think he helped a friend exchange some crypto for a borehole, and it was about 1,500, like 18,000 Ghana cedis for drilling. And I was surprised because we had this donation of 5 boreholes.
Yeah.
And because I know we are getting the drilling for free, I don't even bother finding out how much it actually costs to drill.
Yeah.
So just like the guy we got to support, I believe that going forward we can get other people. It might be their donations might not come in good numbers like that of the one donating the free drilling,
But if we have 100 people giving even $10 each, that
Yeah.
means we are getting like $1,000. Yes. So I think
Yeah.
that in Ghana, with more focus and more tailored activities, we can, like I said earlier when we were setting up the office, that we'll get to a point where, aside cost of projects, we should be able to take care of whatever expenses that will incur in Ghana locally.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, and I think the Salam, the thing that you and I will have to discuss is the is how we're going to take those donations, how we're going to keep track of those donations with regards to sales invoices. But that's for another discussion. So that's great work, and so I guess the point is that we need to start thinking a little bit, if we're going to grow this organization, about donations. And so keep that in mind, is that that's coming, that we want to start seeking donations, because we've got over 50, and the new website is, and the new branding is going to highlight this, the projects that we've done and the impact we've had. You can actually watch the videos of the work we've
Yeah.
done and see the impact that we've had. And because all of those have geo coordinates tied to them, we're going to put them on a map, and people are going to be able to see how close it was to someone they cared about.
Yeah.
And so those those donations will become a larger focus going forward once we do our rebranding. So the last thing I want to show is just and so in the interest of time, I'm going to do my best to share my screen here, because I want to show you what I'm talking about in how this new website is going to clearly impact those people that we're seeking donations from. So this is a website that you can go to. Please do not publish it or discuss it with anybody outside of this group, but it's, the URL is just n.givebasicneeds.org. All feedback from the site is welcome in Discord general channel regarding your thoughts on it. But you can see here we've just got Christina's logo, which looks great. It's a little big. I haven't played with anything other than tried to get some of the messaging out. And this is essentially the map that I've been working on. So there's only 2 test sites in here currently, but Abby and I have been working extremely hard. Let me repeat that, to synchronize all of our projects in a way that they can be mapped consistently and without a doubt, right? Again, transparency to the nth degree about exactly where the money went, what happened on the ground, and how you can contribute. And so the first thing you'll see down here is a call for donation. And then you'll see we have these cards that are flipping through. These are individual donation. These are actual giving events. So we'll have 50 plus of these up here that'll just be paging through. Obviously, maybe at a slower speed, whatever. But the point is that on this card, you'll have the geo coordinates. You have a message from their sponsor here. So if someone sponsored a giving event in someone's name, like in memory of, or it's a corporation, that message will come up right here. There's the project details, the day that it happened, the type of project that it was. Was it a shelter? What's its status? Is it open or is it completed? This is where you'll have the proof of effort image when you click on it, which will take you to the image with the actual geo coordinates stamped on that picture. This is the blog post that's associated with the giving event. These are all the images that were taken from Ben to Benny's amazing photos on the ground to ones that I took with my phone at a giving event project. These are all the pictures for the event. And what I've done is I've unarchived all of our past events so they can all be plotted and displayed in this way. Then a link to all of our YouTube videos. And so when you click on this tab, you'll see that it takes you to the map right here. And when this map shows up, you'll see the project number. So this is the Smiley project number 44. I was just playing around with your project, Salam. I apologize, but this has been the one that I've been testing with. So don't. It's not valid. There's no, the pictures are wrong, and just ignore that because I was just doing development. But you scroll down here, you see the coordinates again. You see that it was in the country of Ghana. You see the photo or the video. In the case of this one, you'll automatically see the video, so you can watch the video right on our site. It's embedded right in the pin. Then you see this message.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I've been working hard at this.
Like, this is really cool. I like it, like with the pins too, and the new logo. Like,
yeah,
this is gonna be really cool.
Over the top. Yeah, super good stuff. And so this message will be selected. So if we have a sponsor, it'll say their sponsor was paid partially or for all of it. This message will be here again. We'll see the details of the project, like the estimated attendance, who the program assistant was. We'll see, these need some formatting. There'll be the actual expenses that we got and the in-kind donation. So this is actually going to summarize in real time it's calculated in real time how much this is a total of our purchase invoices for the project, and donations is a total of summation of our sales invoices. That's why the sales invoices are going to be so important going forward, Salams, because we want to see that $1,000 borehole donation was donated for this project, because the way it works is when people see other people giving, they are more likely to give. And so, and then you'll see here our new slogan: small acts, big happy. And then the donate button that literally takes you right to the page on our website that tells you how to donate. And then our social links for LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. And I worked with Megan on her thoughts on this, and Abby's, just about how this is going to look. And so I hope that you like it. The thing that I wanted to show you, the reason that we're designing a little bit differently, and that you might be concerned or wonder about the design, is, remember, we have to design for what our website looks like on a phone. And so here you can see that this image is too big. But this is what it would look like if it was on a phone. So you can see here, this is essentially the top of the page. Now you're going to see each of these giving events flip through. You're going to see the call for donation first. You're going to see each of these giving events click through. You can click on them on the phone. You can see the pin. You'll be able to zoom out, see exactly where it is, and then see the details. See the details here in the pin itself about the giving event. And then the call for donation is in here, as well as our slogan and our socials. The last thing that I wanted to, and then this is just an album that I put of all kind of I called it hand selected. So these are just pictures that I just threw a whole bunch in an album, and then I have that paging through as well. So we can decide what we want to do with these images. But I really feel like this is going to be the homepage for our site. This is how it's going to be done. You can see I added this swoosh that Christina created to the background so that it's nice in the way that it scrolls. And then the last thing about the maps that is super powerful is you're going to be able, because of Benny's feedback and Salam's feedback, you're going to be able to use this category up here and actually filter the pins by country. So if you choose Ghana, only Ghana giving events will show up here. If you choose the U.S., only U.S. events will show up here. And there are no U.S. events in this test data set, or you can see them all. So this gives us that local touch with the map point and the connection for future donations, as well as compliance when it comes to what it is we're doing and how we're doing it. So I hope that you like it. I worked really hard on it. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm open for any feedback right now. Or if you want me to navigate or click on something, this is the blog site or the website menu. It's gonna maybe change up a bit, but this is the key piece of of integration that's been done, and it's been done in a way that is in Smiley. So when you build projects, you'll be setting all of these parameters that show up here. Then there'll be an export from Smiley and an import into the map, and it'll essentially show up in this way, updated.
Beautiful.
Thank you. So I'll switch back and stop sharing, and then we'll just discuss really quick your thoughts. So August, how do you feel about the new website design and the targeted localized marketing that we're trying to do with it?
That looks really awesome. I think it's going to be cool to see all the giving events. People can click to read more. Maybe even like a quick like givebasicneeds.org / like something like contribute or something where where it shows like how people can get involved or become a activity coordinator, like something on mobile that looks really nice. And even I work on and build websites too, and I'm something that I've learned while doing it is like and I have had to remind myself this, like keep it like really, really simple. And like I feel like if we keep it simple, less text, and then like like we don't want to overwhelm the user, but yeah, it looks really good.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm not a front end guy. I do all the back end stuff, but that was my first swag at it. And nice. I used a plugin that is called WP Pro Map, and that was after discussing with that group that was going to build the site for us. I realized that they were going to build something that I wasn't going to be able to support, and so I decided to take it in house. Do it with the plugin, which we got a free license for because we're a nonprofit. We got a free license on their pro version. Saved us like $60, which, hey, every 60 matters, right? And so I've been diligently building it, and I'm working with Megan, the rest of the marketing team, to figure out exactly how we can improve it as we get ready to move towards the brand launch. So, Elena, thanks for that feedback, August. Elena, do you have anything? Sorry,
No, it all looks and sounds good to me.
Okay, great. And Salam, how do you feel about the new design and the ability to show the pins on the map and have people move around looking at the details of the projects we've done?
Yeah, I love it. Honestly, I love it. It looks so beautiful and very detailed, but simple to navigate.
Yeah.
I really love it.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that feedback. Christina, your images look beautiful out there. How do you feel about what I've done with your work?
Thank you so much. Yeah, it looks great. I was just thinking, would you consider maybe flipping the colors? Like, would you consider having kind of the website in our new purple and then having the logo in blue and kind of having more color on there than just kind of everything on white? Is that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I think that's something that if you could, and I apologize, like I said, I'm not good with colors and whatever. I'm not a front end guy at all. But if you have that feedback, feel free to please drop it in Discord, and then Megan and just drop it in the marketing group after because you'll be able to look at it on your phone too, or on a website anywhere, and just go to the site, and any and all feedback in that marketing group would be great, because then Megan can kind of look at it as well and then keep me on task with what still needs to change based on your recommendations. But that's really good feedback.
Yeah, because maybe I could also kind of help out a little bit with design, just like the interface of the design, and then on your end you can kind of code everything and get everything looking kind of consistent. But yeah, also agree with August's point that it would be great if we could like simplify some of the information and just have like a bit more of like visual hierarchy, and just so that people can navigate it easily.
Yeah.
I had an idea like could you animate the curly thing, like so it like draws as you go down the page, or kind of does like a loop, or even animate like the hand being drawn, like someone like going through, and that would be kind of cool.
You mean
Well,
you mean on the pin or on the website?
Like on the website or on the pin too, like have it like animated so that it like it draws like the hand and then the loop.
What were you gonna say, Christina? Yeah,
I was just gonna say that it's funny you mentioned it, because I did in fact have an animation that does exactly that. So basically,
great.
a bit ahead of you, but yeah, I think it kind of just calls for animation like that, because it is a kind of a hand drawn logo, and
get it hand drawn.
Yeah, good.
Sorry.
Yeah. So get it hand drawn.
Yeah.
Good.
But I can show you quickly what I have, but it was kind of, the idea for it was to, to have it as maybe an intro for video, or, if we can integrate it on the website, that would also be great. But I can flash it quickly.
Yeah, if you want to, that'd be great. I mean, if we just have a few more minutes, I don't want to run too far over, but yeah, I think that's so. For me, it was really about capturing the data in Smiley, doing the export in a sustainable way where it's maintainable, and then doing the import of all of those points. Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, can you see it all right?
Yeah, it looks good. I like it.
That's very fun.
Very fun. Yeah,
Yes.
I like it.
That's awesome.
Maybe you could slow it down a little bit, so it's like, but not too slow, but just like like so it goes.
Yeah, so I think that the point is, I think to keep going, I think that at least now I think Christina knows what I'm planning on doing with the website, and that's the integration of this map and having it our core homepage. Everything starts there. And so any feedback that you have and want to put in the marketing group, that would be amazing. And I think this is part of the brand rollout too, is that it doesn't all have to be at once. And so if you have suggestions or comments or ideas, Christina, please share those. And then any assets that you're creating, as long as they're in Canva, I can get them out and try and manipulate them and get them in place. Like I said, I'm not that great with the front end, but I can definitely try.
Okay, sounds good.
Great. Thank you for that feedback. Yeah, Luke, how do you feel about everything?
Boy, I knew you guys were working, but I hadn't seen the fruits of your labor yet.
Oh, just wait until we get those 50+ points out there. You're going to be blown away, bro.
It's gracious. I talked to you 2 days ago, and we're doing longitude and latitude, but I had no idea what it looked like.
Yeah, and it's definitely a lot of effort. But you think that it's going to be a nice landing page for the homepage?
Yeah, it all looks good.
Okay, great, thank you. And Benny, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, it's so simple and straightforward, yet so beautiful. I think it's great. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And then Megan, how do you feel about it?
I love it. I got a little bit of a sneak peek of it, but I think it looks great, and it summarizes kind of who we are while also looking beautiful, and then giving them a lot of accessibility to the giving events, which I think is really important, because a picture says 1,000 words.
Right.
Overall, I like it, and I think that we can definitely like alter it a little bit more, like how with August and Christina's feedback of kind of maybe like summarizing it, or like with the visuals. But so far, it looks amazing.
Okay, thanks. Great. I'm glad. And thanks for that feedback. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to deliver on what you had wanted, but I managed to pull it off. So everything, the planets aligned and it worked out. So I'm grateful for that. That's great. And then Abby, what do you think? Or your feedback?
Of course. I mean, it's great. It's been a lot of work. You definitely have been putting in more hours than myself, but yeah, it looks great. It's coming together, and it just reflects us very well, I think.
Yeah, I do as well.
Our organization, lighthearted, but you know, we know what we're doing. We're accredited by what we've been doing, and yeah, it just looks great.
Great, thanks for that. And then I just had one more point. Is Salam on, or did he drop? Oh, Salam, you're there. I just had one quick question for you, Salam. I had messaged, and it wasn't clear in Discord that I needed coordinates for those very first 3 projects that we did. Were you able to come up with those? I'm not sure.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now. Did you hear me?
Yes. Were you referring to the 3 boreholes we just did?
No, I was referring to, no, because we have the pictures for those. I mean, the very first 3. If you click on those blog posts, you'll see those were the very first 3 projects that we did, and we weren't using the camera to snapshot the geo coordinates. But I physically don't. No, I can't pick on a map where those were, but I thought maybe you could, or at least get us close so that I can put the pin in the right place.
Okay, so would Google Map location work?
Yeah, if you send me a map, if you send me it anyway on a map, I'll figure out the coordinates.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah, for each of those 3 projects, and you can click on them and then see where they are. And then what we'll want to do once we get all the data input, Salam, into Smiley for all of the map points, is have you go through and just say, hey, it all looks good, because we want to make sure that the pin is in the right place. We want to make sure the video is right, the images are correct, it all looks good to you. So you're going to be the one, at least on the ones in Ghana, to validate that everything looks good. We've been working hard to pull data from Instagram posts and all over to try and group them together. But that'd be great if I could get those 3 pins, those 3 locations for those projects in Discord. And you can just drop the maps in Discord as well.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Hey, so I have a thought, and let me know if you guys like this. Or so I see on the site with the pins, proof of effort, and I really like that. I think that's that's cool, and it shows like the picture, or shows the boots on the ground. But what about proof of care? Like proof of care, like, because that's kind of our mission and objective, is like to get people more aware and to kind of transition people from just being like observers in reality to like really caring and really I almost like, do you guys think that that's like a important part?
I think that's
what we do.
Yeah, I think it's an important part of what we do, and I think that that's good feedback that Megan can take forward and
just give me some ideas.
Figure out how it might fit into the UI and how it might fit into our brand launch. Thanks for that. That's great.
Yeah, and I think why proof of effort is theirs for the IRS, for the compliance.
Yeah, that's definitely a compliance thing.
Okay, maybe it works better with the proof of effort. I just thought that's kind of a cool concept, though, like the proof of care. Like but no, I think it's about it.
I think it's a good point, and I think it's good. And so, August, let me know on that budget when you're ready, man. You're making me nervous.
Okay, sorry. I know I didn't mean to.
It's totally good. It's totally good feedback. Just let me know on the budget. All right. So I don't have anything more.
Nope, I don't. Elena, do you have anything?
Nope.
Okay, August, do you have anything?
I did have something, but I can't think of it. If it comes to me, I'll put it in the Discord.
Yeah, just drop it in Discord. That's fine.
Great. That's great. Yeah. Salam, do you have anything else?
No.
Alrighty. Christina, do you have anything else?
Yeah, just a quick question on the giving cards, and feel free to kind of think about it and drop in the chat what you think. Wanted to ask kind of what you wanted to have on it, if there's like any specific like messaging or like contact details, QR codes, like just
Yeah,
so I know what to put.
I think
You
I
wanna
think
drop
we
that
should
in
I think we
Discord?
should we should discuss that in Discord. It's a great question. In regards to that, we're also kind of open for anything that you can create as well, Christina, with Megan's help as far as messaging goes. In the past we've said on one side we've said like tell the story and pay it forward, but pay it forward is no longer our slogan.
Looks like a copy of the current giving cards and drop them in that channel, and then you can have an idea. You can see like what we've been using,
Could
and
we
then
could we maybe think about like instead of having it be the main slogan, but still keeping the pay it forward idea and concept,
I
or like
appreciate.
somewhere in the, or I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I know a few of us, including myself, are having a little bit of a hard time letting go of the pay it forward. But I think, you know, we will know that it is part of our foundation. Other people that have been following us, I think, will know, and it's just something that we'll keep keep special to us, and
Keep
then
special
just kind of
to the OGs.
yeah.
Mhm.
But then just trying to, you know, move forward and move in a different direction, and you know, small acts and big happy, and get that on board.
Yeah, I agree with that
Got
as
it.
well. So Christina, if you just want to get creative and get some messaging out, the whole point of the giving card is tell this message or tell the story and pay it forward. And that's what we've done in the past. That's the whole point of the card. And then on one side we have had things like QR, which you can just use. You could just use QR.givebasicneeds.org. That will go to our homepage, and so
Mhm.
you could just use that QR if you wanted to. You could put the URL, the logo. Obviously, we probably wouldn't put a phone number. We wouldn't put an email. It would be really just about see more events like this one. Follow us on socials. I don't know, maybe social icons,
Yeah,
whatever you think.
we'll get you the picture of the ones we've been using, and we can go from there.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks,
sounds
thanks
great.
for that. Thanks for
Yeah,
that,
thank you.
Christina.
Luke,
No
do you have
worries.
anything else for us?
No, I do not.
Okay. Benny, how about you? Anything else for the group?
Yeah, just a quick one.
Uh-huh.
I think I wanted to speak the time Salam was making his presentation, but after that, a lot of conversation came in, and I couldn't comment on that. About the donations here in Ghana, I really think that people here are beginning to appreciate the work we are doing, and people are touched at different places to give. Like everyone has a way of how he's being touched before he makes a contribution to a good cause. So as we've started, I'm believing that the more we proceed with the role I'm about to take, we'll be able to let people really feel connected to what we are doing. You know, some like to observe for a while before they take action, but as we continue to create content, let them understand what the Ghanaian society is facing, people within Ghana will begin really appreciating and seeing the need to come forward to contribute whatever little they have. You know, though here things might be hard, but someone will definitely be touched to contribute the little they have to support what we're doing. So that's what I just wanted to add.
Yes, that's
Perfect.
beautiful. Thanks for sharing that, Benny.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Megan, how about you? Anything else?
No, I'm all set.
Okay, perfect.
Great.
Well, I just want to say welcome to Megan, welcome to Benny, and thanks for everybody on this call. We can't do it without any of you. We appreciate you all and hope you have a good rest of your day and a great week.
Lovely.
Thank
you
you.
guys so
Bye
Thank
much.
bye.
you.
Bye
Bye-bye.
Thank
bye.
you.
Have a good week.
All right. Thank you
Bye.
guys. Have a good week.
Bye bye.